Hello again. Alright, so the last video was a supply video of everything that you would need to participate in this tutorial series that I'm creating, which is how to draw landscapes. And this first tutorial I'm doing is how to draw clouds. So clouds is something I've always had trouble drawing with for the longest time, but after practicing with it, I've gotten pretty good with it. The first and main thing you really need to do with drawing anything is you need to have some reference images. This picture here is an image I took on top of the rock in New York City, and as you can see, it's got some pretty nice clouds in it, so I'm going to be drawing from those clouds in this picture. Alright, so the best thing to do with a reference image is just to keep it close to your actual drawing so you can keep on referring back to it whenever you need to get some guidance. So the first thing I'm going to do is, because the sky is dark blue and I'm doing it in black and white, we need, instead of leaving a white sky, I'm going to tone it, which basically means for this I'm going to be using charcoal, and what it's going to do is I'm going to apply some to this sheet, and with the toning process, what it's going to happen is you just take a cloth like this, gather up everything, and toning the paper makes it darker, and it makes it more, just gives it a nice dark tone. It makes the sky look better. And I'm toning down to where I think the horizon line would be, and I'm trying to make that spot a little bit lighter. Another thing you want to be really careful with is fingerprints. If you touch the paper with a fingerprint and then do what I'm doing with applying charcoal like this, you'll see the fingerprint come up. So you want to be very careful with that. But again, if you get a fingerprint on it this early in the process, it's not a big deal. You could just flip the sheet over and do it again. So the tool I'm going to be using to make the clouds is an eraser. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to use, this will come in later. I'm going to use the kneaded eraser. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stretch it out a little bit. This gets a little tough when you first start using it, but you work it out a little bit, then you can shape it. And I'm going to be just making a pretty large flat surface with this. And so with this picture, we got a large cloud right here. So I'm going to roughly pull that out. Alright, so that's one. And then, besides from that cloud, there really isn't any more large ones. So, we got a little one over here, another one, but we also have these really high in the atmosphere clouds up over here on the page, or on the picture rather. So I'm going to try and pull some of those out. Another thing that helps is that I tape down the edges of the page just so that the paper doesn't move, because you're going to be erasing quite a bit, and it gets annoying trying to hold on to it while you're trying to do this. I'm also going to come down here and I'm going to try and erase out a line for the horizon. Now this is the part where this eraser gets very good, because these clouds are very long, and you need a point to really kind of get those in there. Now I'm not following the picture exactly, I'm just looking for the movement of the clouds, and I'm just following it very roughly. Because my purpose in this isn't to copy an image exact. because that's just not what I do. I don't feel that's not like a style, but like I just don't have fun copying an image exactly for what it is. I like to add something of my own. So you can draw directly from the image. It doesn't matter, but it's just my personal preference to. I use the reference image for what it is, and I always put my own sort of twist on it. Alright, so we got some really wispy things going on over here all the way. Now these are probably going to be hard to make them pop out. There's some more over here. Now this whole eraser process, I'm just creating shapes in the sky, and I'll go back in with a charcoal pencil or something else to bring it all back. To not to bring it all back, but to enhance, to bring out some lines. Now with this retractable eraser, it's a very nice point on it, and I can go in and I can really erase what's on these and sort of make them pop. These wispy ones, they're tricky. In this picture alone, we got the very high in atmosphere clouds. We got the cumulus clouds here. We don't have any storm clouds, but that would probably, if we had those, then we truly have everything. But we have a lot of things in this picture to draw from, so it's multiple tutorials in one, if you see it that way. On the horizon, way down here, there's a whole bunch of little things going on. I'm just gonna, it's mainly in a line, so I'm just gonna roughly kind of mimic that, not putting in too much detail because they're really far away. Because the more things recede into the background, the less detail you want to add to them. It just kind of shows the viewer that they are far in the background. Alright, I think I missed a cloud over here. Got a little puffy one right here. I'll just erase that in. I'll make this, I'm going to make a little bit of a larger puffy cloud right here, even though it's not in the picture, just because I feel like it should deserve one right here. I'm going to put one in. I'm working the eraser in a circular motion, just to work that in rather quickly. Brush away all the eraser marks. Okay, so work on this one a little bit more. Alright, so now I've erased out mostly everything. I'm going to go back to my cloth, and I'm going to work in a bit of a shadow on some of these clouds, and I'm going to try and blend them into the background. These I'm going to do the same. This I'm going to try and really put back where it was before I erased it. I think what I'm going to do is, especially in this corner, I'm going to go back, I'm going to use an extra soft pencil here. Of course it has no tip. Alright, well, what is this one? This one's soft, so this will do. I'm just going to go in and hold the pencil really light and just try to make this darker up here. Okay guys, this video is starting to get a little long. I'm going to split it into 2 parts, and part 2 I'm going to be uploading very soon. But hey, if you like this video, I recommend that you subscribe. That way when part 2 comes out, you'll be able to see it right away. And if you have not already seen my Facebook page, make sure you hit the like button on it. I update it frequently with new photos and status updates. Please leave a comment on the video if you have any questions. Alright guys, I will see you very soon with part 2.